My name is Barbara, and I'm fed up with overbearing coworkers. My coworker Selena isn't all that special, but she's a beautiful woman who knows how to get our bosses to like her. She was a calculative person. That's fine and all, but I hated how she compared herself to me. Beauty sure is a gift. As long as you have a pretty face, you'll always be good at your job. Barbara, stop trying so hard and stop working overtime every day. Why don't you try putting a bit more effort into getting our bosses to like you? Work will become so easy. You're serious about work to the point that it's a fault. Well, I'm not as beautiful as you and I enjoy working, so it's okay. Thanks for thinking about me. You really are gloomy. Do you like having that kind of life? By the way, my life is also going great. Barbara, you're married, right? Do you get along with your husband? Well, yeah, I'd say so. We never fight or anything. Really? How long do you think that'll last? Sure, you don't fight, but there's nothing fresh about the relationship. I think not fighting and living peacefully together is most important. Enjoy dating around. Could it be that you're jealous of me? Your face is really plain, but the way you dress is even more plain. You should try a bit harder. How much you enjoy life is up to you. You're right. As you can see, I try to let what she says go in one ear and out the other. But no matter how coldly I speak to her, Selena always comes to speak to me. The way she obviously looks down on me honestly stresses me out. And the things she says are so useless that I really feel like it's a waste of time. Though I want to talk back to her, I don't want to fall to her level. I had no choice but to talk to her about work sometimes, so I couldn't completely ignore her. I just hoped that she would notice my attitude and leave me alone. I'm not the only one she acts this way to, but the others just completely ignore her, though I do think she's a bit more intense when talking to me. She's always flattering our bosses, so work goes well for her. To be honest, I think it's impressive how she deceives our bosses like that. I have zero interest in her love life, but if I was a man, I would immediately reject her. There's no way I could deal with that attitude of hers every day. It's lucky that she doesn't notice how few people speak to her. I also want to completely ignore her, but since Selena is close to our bosses, I'm a bit scared that she could turn them against me. One day, Selena made an announcement. My boyfriend told me he wants us to get married. He hasn't officially proposed yet, but he says he's seriously considering his future with me. That's usually something to be happy about. So I said, Really, congratulations. When she heard me say that, Selena broke out into a huge grin. Actually, my boyfriend is already married. I want to marry him quickly, but we can't now. It's so annoying. I wish he would just throw his wife away already. I didn't expect her to say that at all, so I was shocked. Huh, you're dating a married man? What do you mean thinking about your future together? I replied back to her. Selena didn't seem to notice I was criticizing her. Well, I guess him and his wife just didn't suit each other. It seems he made a mistake marrying her. I'm the person he's destined to be with. His wife's existence is so annoying. I want to get rid of her. He better divorce her quickly. Not that I've been waiting all that long, but still. After saying that, Selena began insulting her lover's wife, but I was still too surprised about the fact she was dating a married man that I couldn't concentrate on what Selena was saying, until she said something even more unbelievable. If you understand how I feel, won't you divorce him already? Huh? Divorce? Are you talking to me? Yeah, you're the only one here, right? You heard what I was saying, didn't you? I did, but I don't get why you're saying this to me. What? Are you that slow? My boyfriend is your husband, Ted. That's why I'm telling you all of this. You haven't noticed until now, so I'm telling you. No way. My heart felt like it had popped. My husband had come with me to my company's employee socials before, and I had introduced him to Selena then. I didn't think they had exchanged numbers. I was so shocked I couldn't even speak. Noticed how I was feeling, seemed to put Selena in a good mood. If you're that surprised, I guess you really didn't notice. Well, years have passed since you got married, so what can you do? So that's why I'll be taking your husband. Divorce him quickly, all right? How could she look down on me and comment to me to get a divorce like this? I spoke back to her for the first time. Wait, isn't it weird for you to be acting like that when you've had an affair with my husband? It's usually a great thing to get married because you love someone. But aren't you just being too rude? How long have you been dating him? I wouldn't call what we have an affair. I think it's proper relationship. We've been dating for a few months now. You haven't noticed at all. Do you and your husband still even have feelings for each other? If you cared about him more and paid more attention to him, wouldn't you have noticed? But he's obsessed with me now. That's why he told me he wants us to get married. I was disgusted by Selena's attitude. You don't feel any guilt for doing something horrible like this? I don't think it's horrible. This is just what you deserve, don't you think? You bore your husband too much, so that's why I'll be taking him off your hands. I think he'll be much happier when he marries me. Stop talking like that. Are you crazy? What? Don't hate me because you're being thrown away. This is all happening because you're not charming at all. You should consider yourself lucky that you even managed to get married in the first place. That kind of attitude, even though you had an affair, you'll regret this. Why aren't you crying? Your husband will officially throw you away soon. No matter what I said, Selena didn't seem to regret her actions. She just continued to look down on me. Was she even human? When I got home, I immediately brought this up with my husband. Your girlfriend told me to divorce you. His face went pale. Did she tell you? I'm sorry. Of course I had no intentions of forgiving him. After betraying me by having an affair, all you're going to say is sorry? Do you think I can forgive you after such a light apology? I was overwhelmed by sadness and anger. I'm really sorry for betraying you, but I just couldn't hold myself back. Hearing him say that made me even angrier. If you really liked her that much, why didn't you tell me this before you betrayed me by dating her? Did you think things would end well if you did this? I regret not doing things in the order I should have. I was always nervous about what you would find out. I know this isn't something that will get resolved and just go away with an apology. So I want to know how you want things to go from now on. Ted tried to say that to appease me, but that only made me angrier. What do you want to do from now on? Divorce me and marry her? Ted was silent for a while. You're really important to me, so I don't want to hurt you, but I want to be with her now. Hearing Ted say this hurt, but for some reason, this made things easier. It felt more difficult to imagine rebuilding a relationship with someone who had cheated on me, since I knew that I would continue to doubt him. So we began discussing divorce. Though I couldn't forgive the two of them, what had happened had happened. You've already hurt me enough by cheating on me, so don't try to act like you're the good guy now. I can't be with you anymore, was my answer to him. I'm really sorry. Ted apologized to me again with a dark look on his face, but I still couldn't forgive him. That night we slept in separate rooms, and I began preparing my revenge. A few days later, I announced my divorce at work. I didn't tell anyone the reason immediately, but afterwards, Selena walked over to me from the direction of our boss's office with a smile. Thank you for divorcing him. I didn't think you'd be this quick. Him and I meeting really was destiny after all. Everything is going perfectly, she said to me. I reacted in a way I wouldn't have expected. Yep, we divorced. You two will get married soon, right? Yeah, as soon as possible. I hope to be even happier than you were with him, so please give us your support. In that case, you should tell everyone that you'll be marrying my ex-husband. Wait. It won't be good if that gets out. Really? But you've already managed to boot me out of the place as Ted's wife, so what do you have to be afraid of? Anyway, I'm heading to our boss to tell him why I'm getting divorced now, I said and started walking towards our boss's office. Selena's face became twisted and she jumped to try to block me. Stop, don't do that. What will she think when she finds out? She said, and her face grew pale. But I didn't let her stop me. When I explained everything to our boss, she was incredibly shocked. When I walked out of her office, Selena rushed over to me. Did you really tell her? Why would you do that? She tried to act like I was a bad person in this situation. It's the truth, so I can decide who I tell or not. Whoever is fine with cheating in affairs will forgive this much. But people probably won't trust me like before. I want as few people at work to find out as possible. I may have done something bad to you, but this has nothing to do with anyone else, does it? They might not have anything to do with it, but they sure seem interested. Don't you think it's natural that they would want to find out why we're fighting like this? Our coworkers had heard our arguing and began to gather around us. I thought it was the perfect opportunity, so I exposed Selena's affair with my husband to everyone. Wait, what are you trying to do? Don't try to do anything weird. Selena tried to stop me by saying that, but I completely ignored her. The reason my husband and I got divorced is that Selena had an affair with him. He plans to marry her now, I said aloud. Now that our coworkers knew the truth, they began to look at her like the trash that she is. Why would you tell everyone? Rumors are just going to spread even further. Selena looked even paler than before, but I felt incredibly refreshed. Selena was sweating profusely, as all our coworkers looked at her coldly. When I handed my husband the notice of how much alimony I planned to request from him, he was dumbstruck. Didn't you decide to divorce me because you had forgiven me? He asked. Of course I didn't forgive you. I'm divorcing you because I hate you, I replied. To be honest, it's not that I had hated him yet. It's more like I felt nothing for him anymore. I spoke strongly to him to try to get him to reflect on his actions. Revealing Selena's affair with my husband to everyone at work felt very refreshing, even if it was completely uncharacteristic of me. Seeing how distraught Selena looked made me glad that I had revealed everything. This all happened a week ago, and it seems that Selena is now considering quitting. News of what Selena had done spread all around the company, and people lost all trust in her. She was even taken out of a big project she was working on, so it's only natural she's not feeling great. She brought this upon herself. Yet, she said to me, If this keeps going, I'll lose my job, Barbara. Do something. Explain to everyone that I didn't have an affair with your husband. But the truth is that you did, and I have no reason to save you. It's up to you whether you stay in our company or not. Regardless, I won't forgive you. Hearing me say this, Selena seemed to have finally felt the gravity of what she had done. To think you would tell everyone? I wish I never had this affair. I want to return to when my life was peaceful, Selena said to me regretfully. My ex-husband's salary was low, which is why we both had to work full-time to make ends meet. If Selena quits her job, things will become very difficult for them. I doubted Selena would find a new job quickly, and starting afresh at a new workplace is always hard. They'll probably have to delay their marriage. This is all a result of her own actions. When I understood I'd be getting a divorce, I felt a bit conflicted. But now that I had done what I wanted, I felt satisfied. I plan to live a new life from now on. Considering I already feel better, I think I'll be able to handle this from now on as well.